Hi everybody, hello. Just adjusting the camera here. All right, we're good. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Push Positive Live. This is a weekly broadcast every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name's Melissa Jakubovic, and I'm an author, health, and life coach here at mycoachmelissa.com. So today's Push Positive, just so you guys get used to the flow of it, welcome, introduce, news, breathing, and topic. That's how it goes. So welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here today. Pop in the comments below. You know the drill if you've been here a while. Type replay if you're watching the replay. Type live if you're watching live. Let me know when you're watching. I'm interested to know, and I'm going to come back in and talk to you guys. Sometimes when I do these lives, I don't see the comments popping up. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I'll always go back in and check them later. So thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited. And today's news is just that my book, Push Positive, Pushing Play on Your Positive Life. This is what this podcast / Facebook Live series is all about. So, we want to push positive. It's a short little read. Very powerful, and I'm giving it away for free plus shipping on my website. You want to go to pushpositivebook.com, and you're going to learn amazing tricks in your life. Here it is. Push Positive, Pushing Play on Your Positive Life. We've sold lots of copies, and you can get one for free right now, and you go to pushpositivebook.com. Okay, breathing. Today we're going to do a breathing technique that I call linked breathing. I made that name up. I don't know if it's really called that, but I learned this as a little girl. I was sleeping over at a friend's house, and I couldn't fall asleep. And my friend said that when she couldn't fall asleep, this is what she would do, and I think she learned it from her mother. And I remember this from my childhood. I think I was maybe 8 years old, and I still do it to this day very often. It works. It calms you down. It really connects your mind with your breath. And I talk about this every week, that when you are focusing and being conscious on your breath, you are causing your body to have this connection that it doesn't otherwise have. You know, we could be talking, we could be walking, we could be working, we could be sleeping, we're doing all these things, eating, and we're still breathing, but we're not focusing on that breath. So all these things that we're doing are just going by. But when you focus on your breath, it's hard. Your mind goes, oh yeah, what did I have to make for lunch today? Oh wait, focus on my breath, focus on my breath, focus on my breath. Oh yeah, didn't I have to do that? Wait, focus on my breath. And you constantly lose that connection. But that's kind of what meditating is. It's learning how to not have those outward thoughts that pull you away from your internal thinking of your breath, but instead allows you to come back to it, this thinking of your breath and being internal, thinking inside of yourself. So that's what this linked breathing does. And that's why I have the camera out here so you can see my hands today. So I want you to take your dominant hand, your right hand if you write with the right hand, or your left hand if you write with the left, and I want you to place it on your heart. Okay, so you could do it this way or this way, whichever is more comfortable for you. I want you to take your other hand and place it on your belly. Okay, so you have one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. You're going to sit up nice and tall, or if you're laying in bed, you're going to sprawl out and just be very comfortable with your legs and a straight back, and then just put your hands on your heart and your belly. But I want you to sit up nice and tall and focus on this shape. From your heart, down your arm, up your shoulder, through your head, back down this arm, past the elbow, and into your stomach. And we are connecting our heart with our gut here, okay? And there's a whole other video I could do about your gut brain versus your brain and how they're both very important parts of your body. But let's just talk about your heart and your gut, okay? And you're going to inhale with your eyes closed through your nose, and exhale as well. Your choice, exhaling through the nose or the mouth. Inhale again. and exhale. Okay, now when you inhale, I want you to think about, goose. I want you to think about your breath coming in through your heart, going down your arm, through this shape that I drew, and then pushing into your stomach for that exhale. So let's try that again. Inhale like you're bringing it up. And exhale. And now we can do it in reverse. Breathe it in through your belly. Think about coming up here through the head, back down, heart, and exhale. Do it again. Inhale now through the heart. Inhale through the belly. And that really calms you down. If you're just joining us now, make sure you rewind and learn that very calming breathing exercise. And that leads me right into today's topic, which is letting go. Shh, hope my dog stays quiet for this. So there are 5 secrets to letting go. And the first thing is that I want you to know, this isn't even the secret, but I want you to know that when you love yourself, you choose to let go. That's a very hard statement to say. I'm human. There are things that I hold resentment for and I can't let go, and there are things I'm working on. So we all have these things, but we want to work on them. We don't want them to just sit there, because when they sit there, they cause hurtful feelings, they cause resentment, they can cause rejection, and eventually even depression, can destroy relationships. So you really want to focus on how to mend this part of yourself. So loving yourself means letting go. What I want you to know is that I took some notes here before, because when you go live, sometimes you forget, and these are good stuff here, good nuggets. So the first secret is to know that there is a benefit to letting go. It's not a long-term benefit, but just to understand why you can't let go. And this might not apply to you, and some of them may apply to you, and some of them may not apply to you. But one of them is that when you don't let go, you can still hold on to that feeling like you are right and that other person is wrong. And there's something satisfying in that. Or maybe you feel there's like this justice at play. Or maybe there's just some sort of pleasant feeling, calming feeling, knowing I'm right about this. I'm right about this. I'm going to stand my guard. I'm right about this. And they are wrong. Okay. Another thing is that sometimes you can assume that victim role, where things are happening to you and you have no control over them, and you're the one that's deserving of the hurt and the attention, playing that victim role and getting that attention and that extra support. It's comforting from other people, so you play that victim role. Or another thing could be that not knowing what's happening is scary. So you want to cling on to that feeling, that resentment of what you know, what you believe to be true. Because if you let go of what you believe to be true, it's like you're jumping off a cliff into who knows what. And that's scary, and it's very vulnerable. So the first secret is knowing that there are some benefits, or at least knowing why it's common for you to be holding on. And, you know, that might be a harsh statement. You might have just said, whoa. No. But maybe it just hurts because it's so real. Letting go is really hard to do. So the second secret is you need to accept it, and then you need to let go. Now, that's, of course, much easier said than done. But when you're struggling in your mind with what has happened, what you're doing is feeding that situation. Sometimes the situation could have been this small, but if you can't let go of it over time, in your mind, you remember it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger than what it really was. And it eventually consumes you, and it's huge. And it really was just this big at the beginning, very tiny. So once you accept it and let go, then it's less powerful in your mind. There's less baggage. You've like cleared out everything. Thank you for watching. Hi guys. So you've cleared out that space that was just being held up with negativity, and it didn't need to be there anymore. The secret number 3 is that you need to forgive. And that is hard, especially if you think you're right and you know they're wrong. But if you forgive, you're doing it for yourself. You forgive them because once you forgive, you release that tension, that aggravation, that hurt, and that pain. And when you release it, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it because you need a clearing. You need to rejuvenate yourself. You need to get those toxic feelings out of your body. So you forgive so that you can let go. You've created your own closure for the situation without waiting for someone else to give you that closure. You are taking your life into your own power and by the reins, and you're in control of where you want it to go because you're not waiting around for that person who's wrong to give you any sort of benefit or closure themselves. You need to create that your own. The 4th secret is that you need to begin, after you do that, creating room for positive change. And that means you want to create the time to do something different or positive. Maybe take on a hobby, or if you don't have time for that, just focus your attention or your energy or your money somewhere else so that now you've closed it, you've let it go, you've forgiven them to clear it off, but now you are turning your head and going in a completely different direction so that that becomes old news, okay? And what small thing can you do in a positive way today that will help you gain strength on your journey in that direction while also not masking because we're trying to get rid of it, but creating a wall, a blockade, so that you don't keep bringing things back in. So what can you do in a positive way to just put an end to that? It's closed off, and turn your head and go the opposite direction. And the last secret, after you've done all of those things, is you need to let go again, because things do have a way of sneaking back in. Isn't that something? You put that wall up, you do all these strategies, you forget about it, and then something sparks it, or something happens again, or maybe they come back and do something, and then all that negative energy runs under the door and it's back in your life. So after you've cleared everything out, there may be a few remnants of resentment. That's a tongue twister. Remnants of resentment, and you need to let go again. So you're really clearing it out and rejuvenating your body and your mind and your spirit so that you can move forward in your life to the next stage, the next phase, without all that negativity. And the reason why I say body, because you're like letting go, that doesn't rejuvenate your body. It really does. When you have a lot of stress, you might start slouching, you might not sleep well, you might be eating more or eating less, depending on how you deal with stress. It really does affect your body. So everything is connected, and that's why we want to work on all these different areas of our life so that we can become stronger as a whole, not just one part of us, just all of us, the whole of us, all of us wholly with the W, to become stronger as a person, to move us in a more positive direction in the future. The past, it happened. So we can't change it, but we can decide how we want to move forward through it. So that's what I have for you today. If you have any comments or questions, post them in below. I can't see them while I'm going live for some reason, so you can just post them and I'll come back and respond. And thank you for being here, and I will see you next week for Push Positive. It will actually not be on Tuesday at the regular time. Next week it's going to be on Wednesday. There's a scheduling conflict, so next week, Wednesday, February 14th, maybe I'll talk about love. All right, see you then. Bye.